All right, so we're here again, low ELO, and this is it's going to be a quick game. I find a super sneaky little tactic that I'm super proud of, and that kind of gets me the win. Um, as the opponent resigns, I am playing 15-10 right now because a lot of my losses are flagging. So I decided let's go up to 15-10. Let's try and I don't know, get more used to playing under time controls and making good decisions when the pressure's on. So here are the good decisions I made today. I'm playing the Owens defense. Um, a little bit of shock value in the land that nobody knows kind of what they're doing, which is pretty standard. He brings up this pawn, which thankfully part of my opening repertoire is coming up with this pawn so that he doesn't continue to push down and cause me and just crunch me. At this point, I don't really know what he's doing, but I do want to start. I don't like that this is here kind of crushing me down. My bishop is on a nice diagonal. This move right here is the first, I did this with the full intention of him en passanting me. And if he didn't, I would have brought out this knight to start attacking. And we would have been fighting over here probably a lot more. But luckily, he did en passant, which allowed me to bring out my bishop, and we are even on material. I'm a little bit ahead in terms of the balance, probably because with these two bases, are more developed, whatever the English word for that is. I don't know why it wants me to come here, to be perfectly honest. I think it's a developing move, and I don't know why that's not a better move, to be honest. So he's still bringing out pawns, and I don't know what he's doing. I did this on purpose to break open the center, and part of the reason I'm at 500 is I don't know what a bad trade looks like when I, do this so that he can, push past me and do some goofiness. I want to trade. I want him to take me, I take him, he takes me, I take him. And now I've given up a pawn and a piece for 2 pawns. So I actually agree with this blunder. This was kind of dumb, and I need to learn to not do stuff like that. He pushes past me again. And this, I know I just said over here, you don't want your knights on the middle, or right there. But I come over here. This is an in-between move for me. My eventual goal is to come up here and to come up here and hopefully get on that square. Why did I think it was an outpost? I don't know. I'm a big goof boy. He makes it an outpost immediately, and so that's good. That's kind of where I wanted it to go anyway. So now it can just sit there. Pushing another pawn. I bring out this knight because my goal is to now castle and start an attack. I'm very far ahead on development. My pieces are not the most active, but they're more active than his pieces. So he brings the bishop to h3. I don't know what he's trying to do here, because this is now hanging. It's not hanging, but it is. So if I take here, there's no way that he's going to retake with the queen. And if he does, cool, it's defended twice, and I'm going to get a free queen. That'll be really nice. So there's when I take this, I have no fear. And the reason I took this instead of castling right now is I wanted to threaten the rook. If I can make a threat and make the opponent do something, that's my goal. And if he, for some reason, did that, I was just going to take and continue on my day with my free light squared bishop. He moves, which is pretty obvious. Castling, would have been fine, I guess. I don't really know. So now I castle because I want this to be all freed up. He pushes a pawn again. I bring this up. So here I felt I'm already struggling to figure out how to get my dark squared bishop like fully into the fight. I didn't want to have to add my queen and dark squared bishop. Just because nothing is here. So it's going to be at least, 2 moves before anything when this opens up. Here I can threaten that one even though it's under attack there, but I can also come out this way and start, I don't know, get taken by the queen, who knows. But there's a lot more stuff I can do here. So that's where I go. And my end goal is to bring the rook over here because I have a feeling this is going to open up here soon, especially when I do this. I didn't want to take because part of the reason I'm 500 is I don't think past 1 move ahead. So I was like, when I put a piece or when I put a pawn where there's nothing protecting it, that is usually flagged as a blunder. Little did I know I'd be getting a piece for a pawn. And yes, this queen is like centrally located and really strong here, but there's nothing that they can really take, and I could still play this move to kick the queen. So I really should have just took the knight, but I wanted to push it, and then I realized this is now a good move, and I can push this knight even further. Where was I going to push it to? I wasn't completely sure. I didn't calculate where the knight would go. Not really. But he ended up going here. Now this kind of freaks me out a little bit whenever there's a knight right in front of my king, because now these two are vulnerable, especially when your queen can just come in. That's why this knight, I said, it's not going anywhere, because it protects that square. But the queen can start getting tricky with like here, and like now we're having issues. And so he comes here. I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I decided I wanted to break this open anyway. That's the whole reason I brought this up, was to take, and take, which is exactly what happens. And I take with check, and I'm really excited about it. He moves back 1 instead of bringing up defense. Now, I was ready for, whatever defense. I was going to, say he comes here. I was going to take, he takes, I take. He takes. It just opened up. It opened everything up a little bit, and I'm still ahead on material. So that wouldn't have been the best. My hope was that he brought up the queen. But no. Next move, he moves it away. I eventually realized that. So this took a minute because, I'm thinking, okay, where can my knights go? Where can my everything just go? Which takes a lot of time. Coming up with here, I didn't feel that was a great solution. Now, it's not bad because it's protected. It's protected there. Anyway, but I didn't think of that. So he brings up the pawn, and then I get to do the tricky tactic that I saw for the first time ever, which was the discover check, double check. So he has to move. And so what didn't work earlier because, it was protected, now completely does work, and I get to have a king-queen fork. And that is when they resigned. Now, do I agree with resignation? Hey, you live your life. I'm in a good spot. So he resigned at this point, and then I did a little bit of like looking around. It's like, well, what could he or she? What could they have played? And it's tough. The whole situation's tough. I don't think was there a different. Yeah, you can't really go anywhere but here, and then you get a second fork. And then here, you take, but I'm already so far down. Well, I'm already so far down that, you come back, you see that's mate in 2, you take XD1. Like, there's just not a lot that you can do outside of me just randomly, like, blundering my queen. And even then, I'm still up pretty heavily in terms of what I can do. Material. Anyway, so this is a fun game. I got to be a little tricky. I got to, it's one of the rare times that I saw a tactic and I was able to play it out the right way. Because on the off chance that, let's see. It was this. This is how you block it according to the engine. And then even then, it still probably would have worked because you take, and then, it's queen trade. And you're still kind of in a tough position. Anyway, so, yeah, have a good one. We'll see y'all later.